Good evening, everybody. A very good evening to all of you, bachcho. We are live. We are back on the Creatrix channel, and this time I have brought MTech guidance video for you all. Okay. So in this video, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you something about IIT Bombay, so that if you are planning to do MTech, not BTech, actually MTech from IIT Bombay, you should be aware about all the information that I'm going to tell you in this video. Now, most of you were asking me for the MTech guidance videos, sir. Please tell us which branch should we go in, what is the scope of a particular branch, which college should we prefer, all of those kind of information you guys were asking. So that is what I am going to tell you in this video, something related to IIT Bombay for electrical and ECE students. So let's get started. So let me start by introducing myself for those of you who are meeting me for the first time, my dear students. My name is Ankit Goyal. I got AIR1 twice in GATE in 2014 and 2018. I was awarded President of India Gold Medal in the year 2013 when I graduated from IIT Indore. Till date, I have trained more than 1 lakh students in the online and the offline classes, and I am presently working as a director at an academy for GATE department. Now, most of you know all of this about me, beta. लेकिन एक बात, one thing that everybody needs to know is that our entire team works day and night in order to realize the dreams of many students in different parts of this country that aspire to become great engineer, that aspire to become most successful engineers, that aspire to cash upon any opportunity that comes their way. So what we do is we create content for such kind of students so that they can excel in any field whatsoever. Alphase, the thing that you are asking me to do to teach machines on Plus, yes, I'll do that, but after the month of June. Why? Because in that case, most of the students would have already joined Plus, and in that case, I won't have to repeat the same subject twice. Even if I teach machine once, it will be able to reach most of these students. The next subject that I am planning to start on Plus will be measurement, because measurement I have never taught on Unacademy Plus, so I want that with me multiple subjects should be available on Plus. That is why this year I am first starting the subjects which I did not teach last year, like networks, like analog and measurement, after which we'll go after machine, power system and power electronics. Now, this has nothing to do with this video, and kindly don't make it an AMA session. This is more of an informative session where you'll get to know a few things about IIT Bombay. Definitely, I can't cover everything that is there to know, but definitely your knowledge level before watching this video will be lesser as compared to what you are going to have after watching this video. Okay, I can't cover everything out there. Many people are asking about the fees, many people are asking about different things. Definitely, guys, I have highlighted a few points that might be very, very important to you, and that is what I am going to talk about. If you want to check out the fees and the other details, you can directly visit the website of IIT Bombay and you can get to know all those sort of things. So let's discuss about the Masters at IIT Bombay. What is this Masters program? What are the features? What are the branches that are available out there? And how can you take benefit from this program? So first of all, the department has a very vast, very vibrant postgraduate program with strong focus on research and development. Okay. Now, my dear friends, IIT Bombay is one of the topmost research institutes in the country, where you will find the brightest mind of this country working on great research projects. Now, what is so beautiful about IITs? Now, whenever IITs are doing any sort of a research work, they actually get funding from the government of India. Now, when they are getting funding from the government of India, actually the projects are very large scale, and they definitely have an impact on the country, on the people of this country. So you are actually doing some meaningful work when you are doing research in an IIT. And my friends, what I am seeing is right now people have not yet hit that like button and shared it among the students. Please like and share. Now, here the number of postgraduate students is more than the number of undergraduate students. See, whenever we talk about the top colleges in this world, in this country, they have to have a strong focus on the research. Now, what undergraduate students do? Undergraduate students are actually learning the basics of each and every subject, and that is why they are not much involved in research. And that is why what I have seen in IIT especially is that they have a strong focus on the postgraduate programs like masters, like the doctoral programs, so that they can bring in more people that can work on research oriented projects. Now, MTech can have two options, full-time MTech for 2 years and part-time MTech for 3 years duration. So guys, if you go for full-time MTech, you will have to work for 2 years in an IIT, and for part-time you will have to take up 3 years in order to complete your MTech. Now, MTech with 2-year duration. Here you have a full-time program. You have to be present inside the college. But in this COVID situation, definitely you can't go to college. It will be distance learning. And here we have limited TA positions available. What is this TA? Teaching assistant. Teaching assistant helps the professors in conducting their course for the bachelor students. What help can they give? They can check the assignments, they can conduct the quizzes, they can conduct the examination, all such kind of help. That is the kind of help that does not involve actually teaching. So what happens basically in an IIT, whatever professors are recruited, they have two major responsibilities. One is the research and the second one is the teaching part. Now, even if whenever I am a teacher, I also want to focus on the teaching. I don't want to focus on the content part of it. I don't want to create assignments. I don't want to create tests. I don't want to check the test copies. So all those mechanical work can be performed by a teaching assistant. And sometimes they are also available through sponsored projects. Sponsored projects means the project that has been sponsored by either Government of India or a private sector industry in collaboration with IIT Bombay. There can be a private industry that collaborates with IIT Bombay, floats a project that they want to get done. See, what happens in industries, they can more focus on the execution part of it. And if they want certain new technology coming out, if they want to derive something, they want to develop something, they can collaborate with college, because definitely the colleges have excellent research facilities and they have the people looking out for such opportunities. So they can delegate or they can collaborate in the R&D part of it. So there can be TA positions, teaching assistant positions through project called as TAP. Okay. So whether you are a TA or you are a TAP, you will help the course instructor in the prescribed hours per week. You have to dedicate a certain number of hours per week in order to help the instructor, whoever is taking a particular course in bachelor's program. Now, in 2 years, sponsored staff employees working with IIT Bombay as permanent staff are employed in sponsored research project as project staff. Okay, the employees that are working in IIT Bombay, they are employed as the project staff or permanent staff. Now, RA are eligible for part-time 3-year MTech program. What is RA? Research assistant. That suppose I am a professor, I am working on a research project, I would definitely need some help. I can't be working throughout the day while having the research, but I can guide somebody to do that research for me. I can guide somebody to do that research for me, and in that way, my dear, these RAs come in very, very handy. So except RA, all other sponsored staff, permanent staff, project staff require minimum experience of 2 years. That is, the staff that is hired to help on a particular project, they need to have an experience of 2 years other than RA. RA need not have any experience. If they are working in a part-time MTech program for 3 years, they can directly be employed as research assistant. What is research assistant? Institute RA, that is a permanent research assistant, or a project research assistant, need to have a valid gate score in electrical, EC, instrumentation, physics or computer science as required for various specialization. That is, if you are doing a specialization in electrical, definitely you would need to have a valid gate score in electrical. If you are doing in instrumentation, you need to have a valid gate score in instrumentation. So based on what field are you researching in, you need to have a valid gate score in particular field. Okay. Now they may give weightage to specific skill set required for their profiles. Okay. That is, your skill set is very, very important here. Even if you have a great score, but somebody having more skills in that particular department will be given priority over the other candidate having a higher gate score. Now here you have to work with professor in charge of the respective laboratory. So the major work that you have to do for that professor, the major work that you have to do for that professor is maintenance of the lab. That whenever the BTech students are coming to attend that laboratory, you have to maintain that. You have to guide them to work on certain projects, certain experiments. You have to maintain the laboratory equipments, okay, administration, organizing the experimental setup. That is, you have to arrange the experimental setup for those students to experiment inside the lab. So the primary function is to assist the professor in charge or principal investigator of the respective project. So here not only you have to work on the project, but you also have to help out the professor in charge in conducting the labs. Now the first field that we are going to talk about is the communication and signal processing. Now this field is especially of interest to all the ECE people out there. Sir, what happens in communication and signal processing? See, here you can do research in the following areas. Wireless communication, this is a very trendy field. Microwave RF, definitely. Signal processing, this is the evergreen field, signal processing. Why I am saying evergreen? See, throughout my career, what I have seen is many people work on different kind of signals like ECG signal, like EEG signal, and these signal processing people, what do? They basically analyze that particular signal, whatever you are capturing from a person's heart, from their mind, and they analyze that signal to figure out certain important parameters from that signal. Suppose I take up your EEG signal and I realize or I analyze your health. So that sort of a project really can make ripples throughout the country. Believe me, my friends, my college mates have set up an entire company based on this signal processing. They have set up an entire company where they do the remote health monitoring. Like the person does not have to wear anything, the person does not have to carry anything, but still their health is being monitored based on the signals that they are sending out. So this is a very, very important and an evergreen field. Fiber optics and photonics, it is a very upcoming kind of a field. Okay. Communication networks, this is a bit of older field, communication network. Computer vision, see, when you do something related to computers, then you are basically getting an additional skill that you are not only interested in electronics, but you are also interested in the software part of it. So this can be a good field. Media processing, image processing, definitely for designing computer softwares, these sort of skills are needed. Next is control and computing. One of the most interesting branches, control and computing. Why? Because it not only involves your control theory, but it also involves the use of computing methods, the use of AI and all those kind of things in control. Okay, so here computational method for system theory, graph and matroid decomposition, cryptography and coding theory. This is something that is very, very central to computer science, where you learn about encryption and decryption of the information, dynamic system, Grosvenor basis method. So all these are research things, but this is kind of very, very interesting. This can be very interesting for somebody who is going in control and computing. See guys, I would advise those of you who are in ECE, especially electronics and telecommunication people, try and do something that has a collaboration with computer science. Because see, no longer in this world that the specialized electronics engineers are that much valued. But the people having a sense of computing as well as the sense of electronics are more valuable than people that only have an idea about the electronics. So you try and diversify, you try and broaden your horizon, you try and learn more things through the computing part, through the computer science thing. So these sort of interdisciplinary courses will really, really help you in the long run. Now power electronics and power system. Now why this department is very, very interesting? Because it integrates power electronics with power system. You will learn about the applications of power electronics to the power systems, and this will become very, very interesting for you. Okay, so they are actively providing R&D for the national electric power infrastructure. That is, this department will be actively involved in working with companies like Power Grid or other power generation companies such as your NTPC and such companies. Okay, maybe private sector as well, don't worry about it. But basically what you have to enhance the operation, you have to make the operation of the power systems of this country better through this research area. Okay, microelectronics and VLSI. Now my dear, this department involves physics, technology, characterization, modeling, simulation, design and CAD tools. Basically this is a device level working. So here what you do guys, you basically design the devices, okay, such as MOSFET, such as BJT, all these kind of devices, or even the latest trend like FinFET, or even technologies more recent than that. You will be designing these devices, you will be actually simulating them, you will be analyzing their performance. So that is why this is very, very interesting for those who want to work in the core electronics part. Like somebody in EC might not be that much involved in communication, they might love electronics more than that. So this field is for those people who fall in love with electronics. Okay, so they are involved in center of excellence in nanoelectronics, because now the era of microelectronics is over, the era of nanoelectronics is here. Okay, now it is one of the recent centers created in the country through an initiative from Ministry of Communication and IT. Okay, is that clear? It is one of the 2 centers in the entire country. Like there are 2 centers for nanoelectronics, out of that one is in IIT Bombay. Next is electronic systems. So here you can work with embedded system design. This is very, very interesting field to explore, and I would say it is a kind of an evergreen field for somebody who wants to get into electronics. Okay, signal processing, I have already talked about it. Biomedical electronics, the example that I was giving you, when you relate this signal processing to the health checkup, to analyzing the signals being emitted by the body like ECG, EEG, then you get into this part, biomedical electronics. Electronic instrumentation, you know this, audio and speech processing, we already know this. Okay, now campus. See, this much bigger campus we have for IIT Bombay. Literally it is one of the most beautiful campus that you can live in. See my dear friends, one thing that you have to understand, when you join IIT, it's not only about getting a job, it's not only about learning new things, it's also about living in an environment that you can only dream of. Living among the brightest minds of the country, that is also one of the parts of it. Let me tell you one thing, my friend, IITs don't have the best professors. That is as hard a fact as you will ever come to know. No, they don't have the best kind of professors. No. They don't have the best of the infrastructure. No, not all IITs have best of the infrastructure. Then sir, why is this so much preferred? Why IIT is so much preferred? Because my friend, the environment that you get there, definitely you are going to grow, because when you live among some people, when you live among those people who are from different corners of this country and some of the brightest mind, definitely your motivation level goes up, your hard work goes up, and you yourself train yourself in such a manner that you come out an even brighter student as compared to what you went in with. So that is the beauty of IIT. You get to learn a lot of things about life, a lot of things about academics, and at the same time you personally grow yourself. You grow in terms of knowledge, you grow in terms of opportunities. Everything about you becomes better when you get into IIT. And believe me, my friends, if you get into an IIT for 2 years, those 2 years will be the most memorable years for you guys. Nothing can be better than that, and you will remember that for the rest of your life. That sort of a thing you are going to get when you enter IIT. Okay, so don't expect too much from the professors, but yes, you can expect a lot from the students that are coming into the IIT, that being a part of such kind of community is going to teach you a lot of things. Okay, now when we talk about placements, In BTech 53, in dual degree 71, in MTech 88, BTech plus MTech 1, MTech plus PhD 3 and PhD 28. These are the number of placements in these top recruiters, that is Texas, Samsung, Qualcomm, Sony, Hyundai. So guys, when you get into masters in a college such as IIT Bombay, definitely a large number of big players in the market are going to come looking for R&D people. And believe me when I say it, BTech people do not get to have jobs in the R&D department. Definitely they need more specialized people, and that is where this master's programs comes into picture. See, when I was recruited from IIT into Qualcomm, I worked as an associate engineer, and the people who had done masters, they were recruited as engineers, that is one level above me. So definitely they get more chunk of a project, they get better opportunities in the company as well. So these sort of companies are also looking at masters for their R&D department. Now see, in case of MTech, if we see MTech, 575 students were registered for placement. Out of that, 507 participated. From 2019 to 2020 I am talking about. 423 were placed and the percentage is quite good, 83.43. Okay, percentage is quite good when we talk about the percentage of people placed through the MTech program. It is 83.43. In BTech it is slightly higher, 92.13. But if you see, the general misconception in the people that MTech people do not get placed, there is only a slight difference between the placements between BTech and MTech. So remove that misconception first of all. Now department wise, if we talk about department wise, electrical, in 2017-18 185 people were placed, 18-19 196 and 19-20 202. So definitely the placements, if you see, are better than most of the other branches. The placements are better than most of the other branches. Only CS has better placement as compared to electrical. So electronics is a good domain to be doing your masters in, because here the placements are quite good. Okay, now salary wise statistics, if we say, the number of offers above 16 lakhs were 246 in 61 companies. Between 13.5 to 16, 204 offers. 11.5 to 13.5, 315. 9.5 to 11.5, 184. So you can see the maximum offers lie within this range. Okay, that is somewhere around 13 to 14 lakhs you will have the maximum number of offers. Now salary wise, average gross salary in 18-19 was 14 lakhs and in 19-20 it was 16 lakhs. Average CTC includes a lot of variables other than the gross salary. In 18-19 it was 17.49 lakhs, in 19-20 it was 20 lakhs. International offers in 18-19 were 108, 19-20 were 159. So my friend, when we talk about IIT Bombay, you can clearly see these statistics that there are a vast plethora of opportunities that are available. Now my friend, I won't give you a preference order for electrical guy. No, I won't give you any preference order, because I have explained you various kind of departments that are out there, and you have to judge what kind of a work you want yourself to be doing in the future, and based on your interest, you have to choose the branch that you want to go after. Don't go after blindly. Okay, why I am saying that? Because somehow if you don't like the kind of work that you are doing, then my friend, it is very, very difficult for you to get placed. Definitely in every department, the people getting placed will be the people that have learned through those 2 years, the people that are good at academics. You can't expect to be the last person in a branch and still get a great placement. No. You have to compete with the people joining that department, and you have to be good at it, and then only you are going to get placement. Placement will not be served on a platter. Placement will not be served on a platter. You have to fight for it. You have to work hard for it. That is why go after those areas where you want to do the research, the areas where you are genuinely interested in learning new things. Okay, so